Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bronze match here in the Summer Circuit Week 6. My name is Rain Day, and joining me today is Vox Tempest. We got a good one for you all out in the Twitch channel watching, and thank you all for being here. Of course, on the side of Paradigm, it's going to be... Oh, wow, look at these guys. I thought we were going to be on the left side. On the right side, it's going to be Respa on the Drogos, hendrikyoda on to the Grok, Unbelivable on the Pip, skillganon on the Makoa, and knipo onto the Cassian. Vox, take me in on who their opponents are.
So their opponents will be Paradigm. That was Revolution, the challenger team, shall we say, coming through. And Paradigm are Kroad running Cassie, STURE on Droga, SYER on Grok, Bozey running Victor, and QualityVodka on Makoa. The first point fight is breaking out around this island point. Straight into the mix is pulled skillganon get poked out. No, they pull in Cassie for first blood. They were displaced to the exact place that they needed to be to pick up first blood right there. Should fall very shortly afterwards, but no, still alive. Healed up by the damage from Pip. Will heal up from the healing potion from Pip. Now, damage going to QualityVodka. QualityVodka getting brought very, very low. And SYER in the background forced to ghost walk away as his totem is shut down.
Nice
QualityVodka able to pull a kill back in though. Great play from Paradigm as they take an early capture point advantage. Only 10 points to the side of Revolution so far as they get shut down.
Yeah, that was a huge heads-up play there. QualityVodka was looking very, very down. And, of course, obviously, he could just try and retreat, but he has the heads-up awareness to just pull the enemy and just take him out as well and just relieve the pressure by getting a kill. Sometimes you don't have to run away, and you just pull him and get the kill, and Unbelivable goes down as well. QualityVodka with the long-range get-over-heres, and he's just dominating for the side of his squad now. And it looks like, however, Revolution are trying to come back onto this point.
Well, there was an early kill into Drogos, but it doesn't matter as he's already respawned back on the objective. But what's even more important right now is Dragon Punch comes through. Hold that thought, takes out QualityVodka straight away. That's a huge kill. That's the Makoa down right there. Point uncontested for the time being. But so far, Paradigm has stacked up a lot of capture. Revolution trying to get some time back on here. But hendrikyoda having to dance on and off. Skillganon with the shield is enough to keep him safe. Dragon Punch comes through though from STURE. STURE able to net the kill there. And look at Kroad round on the edge of the map, still alive, just healing up out of combat. This man has been down so low as he finally drops so low at least 2 times in this one objective fight and has not been taken down till right at the end, able to stay alive out of combat, heal back up, and with the rest of Revolution being forced back out, it'll be the first capture going to Paradigm as overtime will end.
It looks like Paradigm are the victors of the very first contest here. Again, I'm seeing not a lot of flanks taking place, which is unique to be in my opinion.
Goodness.
A really nice pull by skillganon there on the
Oh
Kroad,
my
just
goodness.
eliminating the Cassie, man.
That was almost incredible. Skillganon was almost disengaged off the edge of the map. If it pulled Cassie with him, that would have been just... That would have been the ultimate insult, right?
That
Cassie disengages you off the edge of the map. You say, nope, you're coming with me. Get over here.
You thought you could just send me off on my own? Nuh-uh. Come on. Let's look at the water together here. And skillganon obviously just spacing out now. It's an interesting character to space. Obviously, Makoa has such a huge fall-off that his cannons from long range won't do much. And now he gets pulled by QualityVodka. Pulls back is skillganon, but QualityVodka gets the better of that trade since he's got his team behind him. And now he's full health, and they're approaching the payload, looking to make use of this capture point and start pushing it. And Vox, do you anticipate seeing... Oh, here's the Dragon Punch. Excuse me. I don't care what we anticipate seeing. And he misses it. It's a complete miss. He gets pulled and taken down after a failed Dragon Punch. That's about as worse, as bad as that ultimate can get for you, Vox.
Well, skillganon has to respawn though, gets a great hook in, comes in. QualityVodka though, Ancient Rage, looking to put the pressure on. Unbelivable, gonna actually get missed by the Dredge Anchor, tries to follow up, but he's too far away. QualityVodka should get shut down here as he's diving so deep into the backline. Will die for his trouble, but look around at the payload, nobody contesting, will start to make its way towards the objective. And you were saying earlier, talking about picks and how skillganon was very spaced out the front. Now that's great because he had the rest of the team waiting in the wings. So if skillganon lands a Dredge Anchor onto the right, hold on a second. Actually, SYER's going for a Dragon Punch too, misses everything. Great area damage coming out of Drogos and Pip from Revolution, looking to space everybody out. But if skillganon landed that first hook, was able to... Really? We've got another Dragon Punch.
I mean,
we got another one. It
ridiculous.
does take him out. It takes out QualityVodka. SYER gets the connection this time. That'll still out the payload for a while. But if skillganon hooks a target out in the front line into the range of 3 big damage dealers, they're evaporated. But skillganon got hooked right at the start of that fight, which was the exact opposite of what everybody wanted to happen. And you know, from there it snowballed, but they seem to be holding strong for now on the back of a lot of Dragon Punches.
Now there are 20 seconds left. Both teams looking to own their advantage, one defending, one looking to attack and find their way into another point. The other just trying to even things up. Some pulls going not the correct way. Grok forced to ghost walk and get under the shelter of that turtle's big shield. Now, cell spin, however, from skillganon is going to cause his life. And now QualityVodka and Squad, although a fantastic expectorate fire spin, away from the payload, are still going to be able to take it in overtime. And with full health, this Makoa is not going to go down easily, but he does go down because the disengage sends him off the map, and that's going to be a successful defense. Holy moly. Those plays were hot.
Going in, the water is lovely, and look at that, drowning in the drink right there was Makoa on the side of Paradigm, as the scoreboard has been evened up 1-1. Great defense out of Revolution. They have a burn card advantage by the looks of things coming through now. If you look at the scoreboard, we can also see an ultimate advantage for Revolution as well. Dragon Punch almost available again, and 3 Chronos pickups. That's a lot of credits which they accumulated during that last round, and I expect that to pay off in dividends. Only 2 pickups of Chronos on the other side, but look at QualityVodka. 3 slotted in cards with a Chronos. That is a huge amount of credits which they're able to stack up by playing the objective. We'll see if that comes into play on the next objective. It is on the, it looks like we are actually not on the top. We are on the top side of the map, so there's a cliff to disengage players off. You can see players engaging on the cliff side, however, not really wanting to play the direct fight just yet, waiting for that scout ultimate to be down. And here comes Dragon Punch.
Respa looking for a target. Is he going to find one? He doesn't find any and goes into death. And that is just, again, the worst possible scenario for him. hendrikyoda going in and trying to get some kills. He does, however, fall. And now it looks like STURE is alive, trying to get the kills onto skillganon. Revolution forced back, although picking up a couple of credits by standing onto the point. A nice pull by him, but STURE, Bozey, and SYER are going to push him off very quickly and heal back up to full, with Grok now and Squad on Paradigm taking advantage of the point.
So you can see that we've got, once again, SYER and QualityVodka running the Grok pocket build right here on the objective. Pull in skillganon. Skillganon evaporated. That's no more Makoa for Revolution. They cannot break the hold right here, as this is a very choke point intensive side of the map. And hendrikyoda around on the backside, getting poked out very low. No, pull back in once Ghostwalk is down. Good grief, QualityVodka just does not miss right now. It's phenomenal, and it's exactly what they need to do for Paradigm to really clinch this objective out. We do have a Makoa respawn. The contest has to happen within the next couple of seconds, but Barrage comes through. The damage is good, but actually they're being forced off the point. SYER very low. They should go down, but QualityVodka staying alive. Unbelievable, chained in, hooked in. There is nobody left to contest, as skillganon will fall, and that will be the second objective of this game 1 in the bronze match, going to Paradigm.
And Paradigm are just looking so strong on these point fights, but I wouldn't even give it necessarily to Paradigm. I would say they are capitalizing on some very glaring mistakes coming out from Revolution. I mean, the fact that Respa used the Dragon Punch and just hit nobody and got killed instantly at the start of that fight, it put his team in a very bad spot. So, you know, obviously Vox, that Dragon Punch, huge reward, but again, if you do not know how to use it correctly, or if you end up messing up the timing, it's a very huge risk as well.
I think that whilst we can't say the Respa doesn't know how to use it correctly, whilst they have
I
the
didn't say
scout
that.
ultimate,
I didn't say that. I said in the scenario that you don't use it correctly, or
Absolutely.
in a situation where it's not used correctly, which happens. People make mistakes in game. That is a very big risk to that.
The jukes are hot as well. You got to remember that.
Right.
The jukes from these teams for the Dragon Punch, they both know, as good grief, the chain lightning damage is obnoxious there. But the jukes from each team, they know how Dragon Punch works. They know how mobile it is. They know what they need to do in order to dodge, and that is immediately make space in a direction that they cannot be looped back around on. If you can, dodge behind cover, dodge behind an obstacle or something. And especially when STURE comes out of that Dragon Punch, even if they've actually gone for a trade, or even if STURE's already picked somebody up, you have to kill the Drogos, as they will just fire spit you to death. And look at this, Respa around the backside doesn't connect once again, as you said. Is this are we starting to see him flounder a little bit here?
Well, here's the thing. It's what I'm saying. He's using it from a very long distance. And so I like the fact that he's playing safe, and he's saying, you know, I want it charged up. I want anyone who sees me to potentially be killed, because part of the problem with using your ultimate in midair or right where people can see you is that they'll just shoot you because it's got such a long startup time. So he's doing the good idea. I think it's just he's over anticipating where people are, and they're a little bit farther than he thinks, and it's turning into him just kind of running out of steam as he gets ready to connect. And so I'd love to see him utilize that ult and take out some of these big targets, you know, on the other side. QualityVodka, if they can get him down with one Dragon Punch, that's huge for this team.
It certainly is, but look at this. Bozey trying to use Barrage, make a little bit of a difference here, but nice cover being held by everybody on Revolution. The payload's starting to push through, but it's still in the spawn.
Here it is.
Respa once again going for Dragon Punch around the corner, finds nobody, finds Bozey. Great, cooking a grenade, taken down. SYER, the next one to be put under pressure right here, forced him to Ghostwalk, should be safe. Dredge just off the mark, but 9 seconds left on the push right now. QualityVodka and SYER are both going to have to get the payload to stick it into overtime. I don't think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to have to give this one up.
Yeah, this is too good of a defensive squad right now. They've also got the Makoa shield, not only hendrikyoda onto the Grok for the healing totem, but they've got the Pip as well. And so he's going to be able to heal them up with that healing flask. And it's just looking too formidable to pass through. So they decide to give it up. And now it's 2-2. And we're going into the third capture point. What are we going to see here? Burn cards coming out from both sides. Some cauterizes. A lot of Chronos picked up on the sides of Revolution for Cassie, Makoa, and the Drogos. They want those abilities up more often and quicker. But on the other side, Vox, what do we see here? A couple of rejuvenates being prioritized on the side of Paradigm. Interesting. It's the brand new burn card.
Let's talk about Rejuvenate, right? Because Rejuvenate is the new burn card. There's a difference to out of combat healing. When you exit combat now, you gain 500 health instantly, and then scale your out of combat regen by percentage base of your maximum health now, which is huge because it allows tanks to heal up quicker. But we're seeing QualityVodka's Makoa run Rejuvenate, valuing that percentage based heal, or rather instant burst heal, for 1,000 instead of 500 over skillganon's Veteran, which means that skillganon is planning to spend more time out of combat but heal up a little bit further than QualityVodka. So far, it hasn't actually been working out though. Barrage comes through, damage on a skillganon. No, he's hooked into the mix. Bozey is taken out in response, so that's a mistrade right there, but there's a kill either way. Respa is already down from the backside. Fire spit onto skillganon, it is huge. Damage is great, but the chicken in response keeps him alive. No, from the backside, STURE will take him down. A Tempest from SYER will take out Unbelivable as well, and that's the kill coming in from Kroad. Shut down. Paradigm once again take advantage of this objective.
Fantastic play. Kroad now and the squad of Revolution trying to find themselves a way back into this battle here, but it's very, very hard, and especially with Paradigm taking the high ground and with the Cassie and the Drogos just flanking and STURE up into the Dragon Punch. He's going to take out the other dragon. He's going to say, I win this dragon battle, buddy. Head yourself back to base and think about that for a moment before you start trying to contest me on my capture point. And it's already captured by the boys of Paradigm. No contest there whatsoever. 1 point fight equals 1 point for them. And this is just fantastic capture point play again and again, 3 in a row for the boys of Paradigm.
However, the Revolution defense is strong so far. hendrikyoda using Tempest there, bit of a misplay. Kroad trying to turn the heat up, gets the kill, rolls out his Cassie to safety once again. The payload is stalled on the objective, but the respawns are coming through. Look how low on HP skillganon is. Taken out by the direct impact, the double tap from the fire spit explosion. Respa tries to again turn up the heat with fire spit, but does not connect onto anybody. And all of Revolution are forced to disengage as they are getting poked out here. They need to back up and fight at a choke point a little bit more in their favor, as QualityVodka just heads on straight through. That's a kill. We've seen them put up a good defense before, but they seem to be crumbling a little bit, Rain.
Oh my god, they're crumbling, they're breaking, they're cracking. I mean, right now, the Drogos is just doing work on the left-hand side. I think that is what is so crucial for this moment right here. He took out the enemy Drogos. They haven't had pretty much a player on their lineup, and now skillganon forced to retreat. The Drogos going to thrust, get the extra bonus damage, and now look to try and find a target on the backhand side. He's messed with knipo, though, and he's trying to get the fire spit, but he carefully dodges away on the Cassie, and he's actually able to retreat to safety. But the Drogos here is just wreaking havoc as a flank, and he's really putting the pressure, allowing the space for Paradigm to actually start pushing this very, very appropriately up the first, up that main channel there.
And unfortunately, the objective has now passed through the primary choke point. Great chicken Dragon Punch combination secures it. Dragon Punch from STURE, though, turns things back in the same way. Barrage comes through, damage not gonna connect. Cassie on the backside, forced out very low. knipo out of combat regen. They're the only one left to contest. They have to get in, but the shots keep on coming through. STURE with a double tap will finish them off. Back onto the objective is hendrikyoda. Ghostwalk to get there in time, no disengage, but SYER pulls out Tempest. That is line of sight based, though. The dodges are good around the payload cut. Here comes a salvo, but Kroad is here, disengaging players away. Pull back into the mix. Shut down. Great defense. They will hold for the time being. Revolution managed to pull things out of the mix, but QualityVodka comes in. Ancient Rage looks for the 1v5, gets 1 kill. Round to the backside, STURE still alive, is able to put the damage on with Expectorate, with that fire spit explosion as well, but the healing from Pip is a little bit too much for the time being. With only QualityVodka on the objective, they should go down shortly unless Paradigm can pull the miracle counterplay out of the bag.
Paradigm are trying to push as much as possible. STURE has done so well for his team, but he gets taken down, and so does Bozey as well. hendrikyoda and the squad now with Unbelivable and skillganon. The tanky healing comp they put together is so good at defending, even if Paradigm play it as well as they did. So Vox, let's look at the storyline so far in this game. We've seen one team take total control over the capture points, and that's Paradigm. And then we've seen one team have such a good team comp that can sustain and somehow last it out on the defenses to make a 3-3 game. Now, we gotta obviously see a win come from a capture point. What does this team need to do in terms of Revolution, need to do in order to win a capture point finally?
Hit a Dragon Punch.
Hit a Dragon Punch onto who? That's it? Anyone?
That's it. That's it. Yeah, no, hit a Dragon Punch onto a high-value target. Honestly, take out STURE if you can in the air. Take out QualityVodka because the shield. Take out SYER, but it's dangerous trying to Dragon Punch a Grok because they can Ghost Walk you, and you effectively have to then return around onto another person and look at QualityVodka. And I love this. So far, QualityVodka has been looking for the plucks straight onto the other Makoa, but does actually get a taste of their own medicine. STURE, though, hits a Dragon Punch, connect. Now we're seeing Revolution, 1 player down, 2 players down, 3 players down, 4 players down, only knipo left alive. Round the backside, dodge roll for the bonus damage, does not connect onto anything, is Kroad, but knipo forced out the issue. 4 players eliminated in a very short period of time on the back of a great Dragon Punch, and they have to do the same. Revolution have to come back with some kind of answer to the Dragon Punch with damage of their own in order to equalize.
Here it is. Let's see if it happens, Vox. We're following Respa, and he's looking for QualityVodka. He misses again, and it just times out. He just doesn't have the distance he wanted, and he's not able to find a target. And again, this has just been the storyline so far for the side of Revolution. Fantastic plays, but STURE has been maximizing those Dragon Punches for Paradigm at a much more efficient rate, and that is turning to be the difference right now. Another capture point is almost on the way for Paradigm, but they actually are going to still have to overtake this because the boys of Revolution are on the point currently. Will they be able to take it over?
I think they may well be able to. Kroad has Scout available. They'll use that right now. I think that was actually used by knipo there, so Kroad still respawning. STURE is at 93 points in the objective. SYER uses Tempest, shuts down Unbelivable. That's a great start here, but does get taken out in response. QualityVodka on the objective, but it's 4v1. You can't not challenge Makoa. You dare challenge Makoa. Skillganon takes them out. Kroad should get hooked straight back into the issue here. Taken out, wiped out in under a second there as the damage from Drogas comes through. Bozey drops a great barrage with the objective, and here we go. Dragon Punch up in the air. Will Respa connect? He does! He takes out the enemy Dragos in the middle! Right in the middle of the channel. Phenomenal play. That's what we needed to see. And this might be a capture as overtime ticks down, going for the first time this game over to Revolution.
Oh my goodness gracious, this was unbelievable. Finally, the Drogos on the side of Revolution. Respa hits the Dragon Punch onto STURE, who's had a field day hitting those on targets left and right.
He's going again.
But he gets Dragon Punch again. He jumps again, and he gets taken down. STURE almost too low, and it looks like he's going to get taken down as well. They're shutting down the Dragon on the side of Paradigm, and Vox, it's making all the difference.
Oh, it absolutely is, and I just can't get over that prioritization. You know, I had a phenomenal game on stream yesterday where both Drogos and Androxus ulted in midair. They stay still. I'm playing Drogos. 3 confirmable hits to hit that with a Dragon Punch. That's the dream right there. And look out on the backside. Bozey, very low, could be subject to chain lightning damage if they're not very careful. The payload has been stalled out by SYER for the time being, but SYER immediately chained in. Ghost Walk will only keep them alive for seconds as their health is so low. Should go down very shortly. QualityVodka's shield not in enough time right there. Here comes the Tempest from hendrikyoda as well, looking for the damage onto QualityVodka. There's Ancient Rage. We should see skillganon going down very shortly, but they're able to jump up over the payload car. QualityVodka will fall here. Skillganon also gone down. That's 2 Makoas down. They are shell-shocked right now, but Paradigm, they're starting to crumble in response here. It could all be over if the payload conversion comes through, and it's getting so close to it right now. The respawns in Paradigm's advantage. We're going to have to see if it can be closed out right now. Where the respawns coming back in from Revolution, they have to deal with SYER here. If SYER is allowed to stack up with the team, it will be disastrous for this push, and it could go to the 5th capture point, the 5th and final one with the equalization. 58 seconds left on the clock, Rain. I don't know. It could go either way.
It really could, and it's absolutely a contest right now. There is no telling what is going to happen, but I want to know what's going to happen with Respa and what's going to happen with STURE. The 2 dragons going back and forth. Are they going to be able to out-dragon punch one another? Respa's at 93, 94, 100. Expect to see it sometime soon. QualityVodka and the boys of Paradigm have found a way to somehow get their targets out of there, and STURE has to go up into the air. He's going to fall surely here, and now they don't have the dragon for a while. Respa still with his Dragon Punch available, so watch that. And the Dragon Fury is coming in. Is he going to find a target?
Oh, he misses everybody. No, he threads the needle. Where was the quality vodka hit? But he still goes in, takes out an enemy. Here comes another Tempest from hendrikyoda. SYER very low. Ghostwalker keep him safe, but quality vodka about to fall. So very low in health. STURE actually dives in with their own Dragon Punch, but gets answered back in response. Kroad, the last player on the objective. We do have the Ancient Rage coming out as well. That's the full team wipe. Revolution might do it. They're going to turn things around. Bozey gets on. Bozey doesn't get on. He's too far away. It's over. Revolution. 5-3. What a comeback. What a play.
What a play. Revolution. Let's go. The Dragon has changed the game. And not only that, it's a fantastic team effort to have taken this match away from the clutches of Paradigm and capture their first point on the fourth capture point fight, and all of a sudden to payload convert that. They had been strong on the defense, but we didn't know if they were going to be able to convert Vox, but they did. That was just excellent play by the boys of Revolution. They're making a statement here and potentially wanting and almost about to claim third place with one more win.
Mother of God, let's take a look at the scoreboard, and Bozey carry is what I'm seeing. Check out the credit scores, though, on Revolution. Skillganon breaking 3.7k. Although SYER, 318 seconds, over 5 minutes of objective time that game. Good grief. You know what? It all came down to that last point. If something didn't adapt, if Respa wasn't able to capitalize, even off the failed Dragon Punch with the Fire Spit double taps, I think it would have gone back in favor of Paradigm, but something was adjusted there. And honestly, I think that it's partially targeting Bozey, because look at his damage. Highest in game at 137,000. We know that Victor's strong. You've just released a video on how to play Victor, Rain.
Right.
Talk to me about why this might be the case and why he's so crucial to take out of the issue.
Well, I mean, the fact that Victor has a couple things really going for him right now, and competitive players will do this. One of the keys to playing Victor is maximizing his grenade damage. A lot of people early on, or casuals, don't know how to land it consistently. But that's something you have to, as a pro, be very, very efficient at, because it's like saying, Eevee, don't blink. Blink every once or twice a fight. You know what I mean? And that just can't make Eevee work. If you don't maximize his whole Q ability, which is that grenade, you're not going to get that extra damage. And now people are running the Grenadier 4 build. They're getting the cooldowns on the grenade. They're focusing on that. His damage from shooting is going to come, but now that people are maximizing the grenade ability, he is so dangerous because he can just hit that over. The area damage is very big, and it makes his gun hit about 15% more powerfully onto those targets that are then marked. It is just so devastating if you do not control this Victor. He can pump out top damage every game easily as long as he is unchecked, and so that is a huge, huge deal for the boys of Revolution to deal with. And even though he went very well, it seemed like they were able to counteract with just great play on their side, even though Victor just kind of went ham on the side of Paradigm.
There you have it, folks. Wise words from arguably the Victor expert right now, having dedicated so much time over the past couple of weeks to really learning the ins and outs and figuring out the most useful ways to utilize this champion right there. But the score lines do reflect it all. The slash lines reflect it all. And that will be game one of this bronze match going to Revolution. The next map up will be Glacier Keep. And we'll see if Paradigm can pull things back in. But you've got to remember, Unbelievable with a 5-man chicken. This is very much Revolution's favorable map, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see if they can pull off the 2-0 sweep for bronze match and upset Paradigm, or if Paradigm can come on through with the comeback and push it all the way to 3 games in this best-of-3 set.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen and champions of the realm. My name is Rain Day, and joining me is Vox Simpus today as we take you into game 2 of the bronze match here in week 6 of the summer circuit. Paradigm versus Revolution. Actually, Revolution going ahead and cleaning up the last game, and it's a salty run back, Vox. The same squads on both sides. We're going to have SYER onto the Grok Store, onto the Drogo's Kroad, on the Cassie QualityVodka, on the Makoa, and Bozey on the Victor for the side of Paradigm. And Revolution, well, they're running the same thing, right?
Absolutely. Respa on Drogo's, knipo on Cassie, skillganon on Makoa, Unbelievable on Pip, and hendrikyoda on Grok once again. My lightly salted stream seems to be gaining a bit of momentum here as we are going with the salty run back, and we're seeing double fire spits doing a bit of damage, a bit of work, but skillganon is off the high ground. This might mean trouble if QualityVodka can land a dredge anchor. He pulls in Grok post low, no healing potion actually, and a great grenade coming out of Bozey. Nets first blood. Fantastic play out of Victor. Ooh, second blood going through as well right there as Makoa has dropped low. And you know what, Revolution, they're getting poked out completely here. They have not given their foes the respect which they've needed, and they're getting punished for it.
They really, really are. But it's okay because the retake is possible. They've just got to hold on to it. And now you see knipo and actually Kroad battling, and Kroad gets the better of that, sends knipo back to base and dodge rolls what feels like 800 yards back to the point. And now it's time for, again, a regroup, a reassessment, and at the end of this point capture, you'll see about 80 points. You'll probably see the Boys of Revolution start taking control and look to jump onto it.
Oh, not like that, though. Skillganon pulled into the mix. The healing potion hits, but he's already dead. No control being wrestled back as hendrikyoda can't get onto the objective.
Oh,
Nobody
no.
will get there. Oh, my goodness, as well. Pip evaporated by Kroad on Cassie. That is nice play from Paradigm. They are angry right now. An early loss to them, which was entirely on their back right there earlier. And they're making up for it in spades as well. Skillganon has spawned. He is 1 versus 4 right now. Pulled into the mix is Kroad. Kroad getting poked low, but nobody looking at him. Finally fallen. And here comes Dragon Punch in response. Is it going to hit? It's going for Skillganon. The loop-de-loop. It's perfect. Taken down as Makoa opens up the path completely.
Now that the turning radius has been increased, and let's remark that Respa got that kill onto QualityVodka as well. So both Makoas taken out by both Dragons in this game. But it was amazing. Skillganon with the heads-up play to shell spin away from Drogos, from it was STURE in that, actually no, yeah, it was STURE, but he still got caught because of the turning radius increase to Drogos this last patch. He's so much more maneuverable in the air, and those Dragon Punches are so much easier to hit around corners.
You know what's easy to hit around corners? It's apparently Makoa's Dredge Anchor as QualityVodka is back, boxing out with hendrikyoda in the back. Even with the healing totem down, they're actually out damaging them. The payload, it's reaching the gates right now. It's reaching the wooden bridge right there. So close to conversion. Bopped around everybody. Knipo goes down. Skillganon with a shell shield. Enough to keep the dream alive. Finds the hook, but it's on to Grok once again. Dare you challenge Makoa? QualityVodka with Ancient Rage cleans things up. A wasted Dragon Punch at the end as there is nobody left to slay. 2-0 lead for Paradigm.
The pots are put away, the cups are washed and dried. It has been cleaned up here on the side of Paradigm, and they are taking a 2-0 advantage over the Boys of Revolution, who have the 1-0 lead in this matchup. So, Vox, you mentioned it, they're angry. Are they coming back with a bit of a vengeance, bit of a, just interest in showing people that, hey, we shouldn't have lost that match. Now we'll show you how we really play? You think that's going on in the mind of the Boys of Paradigm?
There is a total of 3 deaths so far.
Oh, boy.
On the entire team of Paradigm.
Oh, boy.
Everybody is on streaks, including Bozey on a 1 streak. I mean, shout out to the 1 streak, right? But
shout out.
They've stepped up. They've stepped things up. There's no more little equalization points here. It might be the map difference. It might be a change in mindset. So far as the objective fight breaks out around the old mines point right at the very top side of this map. No, down in the middle of this map now, on the far side of the good old ice mine in the background. We are seeing a little bit of poke come out, and the teams are very grouped up. Skillganon, phenomenal pull, but pull SYER. That's Grok. That's not ideal, but first blood on this fight went through.
Fantastic disengage, however, though. You don't see how it happened. Cassie Kroad from the bleachers disengaged the Pip, who was too far close to the edge. Kroad is on a 12 streak. He's 13-1. Kroad is unstoppable right now. He is just dominating their team, taking care of all the important targets, and knipo goes down thanks to Kroad as well. They need to stop this man. This is the one-man machine right now. This is why Paradigm are so far ahead in this battle so far for this game 2 of this 3-game set.
Look at Kroad's positioning, chipping down from under the tunnels right there, landing shots, pulled in, QualityVodka lands the pull onto Makoa. That's huge, no more Skillganon. That's a long respawn. It's also a long way to run. Look at the objective time taking up. Kroad from the backside, uses a scout ultimate, should be able to find knipo here. One more shot needs to connect, but Kroad is very low. They have to retreat right now. It's up in the air as Drogos trying to turn the damage up, but Respa, very low, 1 versus 3, gets shut down. Kroad still alive at 0 HP, and the 4-man respawn has to come through. There is no way back on this objective for Revolution right now. They have been well and truly shut down, and that will be a 2nd capture point in a row for Paradigm.
Now is Kroad going to stay alive here? Nice disengage. The crew is coming on from Revolution, but a Makoa shield will save Kroad. Put him in a good spot to go ahead and stay alive on that 16 streak. And he's talking about kill the heal as well as the burn card that he picked up. So every time he's getting one of these kills, he's healing back up for another 500, making it so hard for him to actually get out of the fight. And he goes on the flank, however, knipo catches him out. Is he going to stay alive? 651 health, 475. He's got some people chasing him, an angry dragon as well, but Kroad's still in this fight and has not been taken down. They've got to find a way to get this carry on Paradigm out of the fight.
Still able to stay alive, though. Still very much part of the mix. Here comes a Tempest in response. hendrikyoda drops the damage, but are we going to see ultimates in response? We're actually going to see hendrikyoda drop skillganon and chains in one, but everybody on Paradigm still alive. Kroad dodge rolls through, looks for the bonus damage. Ancient Rage on the side. Is that Kroad down? Finally, I think that was one man fallen, but look at that. 1 man for 3 on the side of Revolution. That is how much Kroad is worth to this team. And Respa, the last one contesting, no Dragon Punch available as they whiffed that earlier, missing everybody. It's forced to retreat, find out of combat regeneration, and here comes Dragon Punch once again from STURE, looking for the connection, takes out Drogos. Who's the Lord of the Skies now, they say, as the payload push continues.
Very nice barrage as well by Victor. hendrikyoda getting hit with a grenade and taken down by Kroad as well. The combination damage is so fast and so strong. And now Bozey from the top line is going to take down knipo. This push is continuing. This could be a 4-0 start. And it looks like Bozey is going to reload. Does he have a chance to go ahead and find somebody else? No, he doesn't. But what a showcase. 2 quick kills from the Victor and the Cassie working together on the side of Paradigm.
Although what is very important is that Respa finally connected to Dragon Punch. It was onto Kroad, whilst not the Makoa, which they needed to take down. QualityVodka causing havoc in the backline. It was onto Kroad, who has been so much of a thorn in everybody's side. Actually, no, it wasn't. As actually, that was Kroad falling right there. QualityVodka still able to stay alive. Look at this. skillganon trying to chase down QualityVodka. Still alive, finally shut down. All the while, though, payload being escorted by SYER. We've got the respawn coming in. Now it's Kroad back in the issue. Dropping some damage. Chain into the mix is SYER. Dropped very quickly. And now STURE up on the high ground is looking to potentially put out some damage with fire spit explosions and just poke the enemies down as they wait for the respawns to come through. It could be 4-0 with a successful conversion. Rain, how are they going to make it?
Well, you know what? They may not. And we've seen Revolution be very good defenders, right? Even though they haven't had a good run of it here. Respa is going to come in, however. Actually, STURE's going to come in and change the dynamic. If he can get Unbelievable down here, they might be able to push this in. But Unbelievable is still alive. He's got the heal from Pip. He's going to go ahead and instantly heal and take down Kroad. And that is going to be huge for them. They're pushing it, but Unbelievable is still alive, and they've got to take him out, and they do! The fire spit! STURE gets a triple kill, and he's actually only alive. skillganon is the only one stopping this forward push, and now it could be a 4-0 start. knipo jumps in, but it's not enough, and STURE, to add on injury to insult, gets the 4th kill. Quadra kill, a little bit delayed there by STURE, the dragon, who's got a plan. A lust for blood.
Oh, certainly a very deep lust for blood. Now, lust for one-punch Dragon Punch hits. Even though with Salvo being nerfed, we're still seeing so much damage come out of that fire spit, so much utility come out of that Dragon Punch now, and we're just seeing the outclassing that STURE is able to perform over Respa.
Yep.
STURE's hitting Dragon Punches.
Well,
whilst Respa is doing a lot of damage, that's all that matters.
10-1, Respa's 5-9. And you have to look at it when the mirror matches. I mean, it just begs the question, who's outperforming who? STURE is clearly getting the better of it, and we talked about this earlier. You know, it's the quality of hitting those Dragon Punches that's going to determine your Drogo's play. And whether you could be the best fire spit, you know, hit your rockets all day long, but if you miss your Dragon Punch consistently, you're really not utilizing his key tactic there. So STURE doing a great job of making it happen. STURE now taking down skillganon as well, and again, just getting the big targets there. The turtle goes down.
The turtle moves, and it goes back to base now. hendrikyoda under a lot of fire. Grok poked out so low. Healing totem is available, but look at the Grok outbox. It's actually going in favor as, though it's so low, it could go either way. Somehow hendrikyoda able to survive for the time being, but STURE with the respawn, that is an unstoppable counter right there. So many kills to this dragon chain into the mix, though. Bozey bringing forward very low. Finished off finally. The retake coming out from Revolution is good for the time being, but nobody's on the objective. We finally have players there. The fire split comes through. The damage is good. And we're going to see the dredge anchor. No, it missed on SYER. That's huge. They still have Grok for the healing available.
Yeah, this is huge, however, because Respa was able to hit and take out QualityVodka. It allowed their team to get the point pressure back in their favor. And now QualityVodka misses the hook, one of the key tactics you had in order to be able to get them off the point. Now QualityVodka is going in deep, but is he going to lose his life as a result? It looks like he is. And now they don't have the turtle again. This is actually huge for the boys of Revolution. If they can get back on this point, there's only STURE there, but actually 4 of them are down. It's only Unbelievable, and STURE is looking very, very content and staying alive, and he still is there. He's got the Dragon Punch coming up very, very soon. He's at 79%, so watch out for this. I think this is really going to determine who wins this next fight.
Well, it's got to be Dragon Punch all or nothing right now, and also hold a contest with enough damage. skillganon has respawned. Do they have Ancient Rage available? They do. They're going to have to utilize that to get in there. Everybody off the objective. Everybody off the objective. Everybody off the objective. But the reveal comes through. Respa solo has to use Dragon Punch right here. But look at the ultimate combination. SYER with the Tempest. There was also the Barrage coming through. And while skillganon is contesting for the time being, it's looking good for Paradigm. They wipe everybody out. That's the full man team wipe in a matter of 8 seconds. Dragon Punch used up into the sky. They go. As STURE knows it's already over. They have won. Paradigm close things out in game 2. That is a 1-1 split so far. We're going to game 3, baby. We're going
to game 3, baby. I love it, Vox, bringing in the hype, energy, and of course, you know, one of the coolest things about that last moment was STURE and Respa were in a boxing match, and STURE just finished it off with a fire spit, that double tap, getting so much damage and just basically one-shotting Respa, showing who really is the Dragon King, at least for this game. We'll have to see next game, though, because, you know, maybe Respa will bring it back. Again, we saw Paradigm bounce back and get the win, be very responsive. We'll see if Revolution can do it as well after kind of stealing the victory, it almost seemed like, last game. But overall, let's look at the stats. Let's see what shows up for us and kind of some of the numbers that stand out. Again, we talked about it in the match, but Kroad went on fire. I mean, 36-4. Vox, you know, an 18 streak. This man was 74,000 damage, a mile and away far, even past Victor in this game. What do you have to say about Kroad's performance?
I think the Kroad's performance was lights out. They didn't have the highest credit score on the game, but they weren't playing the objective that much. Only 61 seconds on the objective. I want to shout out Kroad's disengages. Kroad's disengages were on point. He threw so many players off the map, but also provided disruption. Makoa pulls a player, disengage the Makoa, and get everybody out of the issue. We saw a fantastic kill come out of a disengaged Makoa who managed to pick up a kill into Drogos whilst flying off the map. That's cute and everything, but they still lose Makoa. They still lose a high-value target, and that's exactly what they need to do. They have 2 one-shot potentials with that combination of Dragon Punch and disengage over into an environmental hazard, which is great. However, I do just want to point out Unbelivable on the top side, who played so well in that first game we saw of Revolution. Shut down this game, 7-12 eliminations right there. Only 660 credits and only 14,000 healing. Completely outmatched, outclassed, and unable to do anything as the focus came through from Kroad's Cassie.
Yeah, and I think Kroad was a big reason for that. But I also, you know, pointing out the fact that, I mean, he's still healing for more than the Grok, hendrikyoda. I mean, I can't tell whether hendrikyoda is not doing his job, they're focusing the Grok, or whether Unbelivable is just doing such an outstanding job in terms of being the healer for their team. I guess in combination, it's still very strong, but both of them we've seen put out a lot bigger numbers than that. But again, the Pip consistently out-healing the Grok is a bit surprising to me.
So here's my explanation for that.
Yeah.
Grok is effective at healing if Cauterize isn't applied, because it's a long heal over time. Therefore, the most effective way to use your healing totem is under Makoa's Dome Shield, as that is able to keep everybody out of combat. The Cauterize can wear off unless somebody rolls in and forces a fight. skillganon, however, gets prioritized for Dredge Anchor Plucks over everybody else by QualityVodka, unless they can pull somebody like Respa out of the air. As a result, without that Makoa shield available, there's constantly Cauterize being applied to all players. hendrikyoda's totem is also very vulnerable, and we're seeing Paradigm play great as they are prioritizing actually shooting that totem and removing the healing completely from the issue, and that's why we're only seeing 12,000 still. SYER only with 17k, but it was a very short game, a very brief game with not much damage thrown out either side, nobody breaking 100,000, not a long drawn out extended engagement. And you know, we're going back to game 3. It will be Temple Isle once again, and we saw Revolution actually go with a full comeback on there. Do you think that Paradigm have really shifted the dynamic now, and do you think they're going to take game 3?
I think Paradigm are now in the driver's seat. I think they've got the momentum back in their favor. I think they've been excellent on these capture points no matter what. If there's anything that's been very clear to me, it's that they have the more experienced Drogos player in STURE. So if Respa's going to continue to go on the Drogos, what I want to see is either maybe he's having a bad game. We don't know what's in their head, what's going on. So Respa could have played longer than STURE, but from what it shows on what we're seeing on the paper and what we're seeing in game, STURE is really performing well. And their Drogos isn't as much. He's actually going negative in his KD. So if Paradigm want to win this game, they've got to keep that up. But if Revolution has a chance, it's going to be with Respa, either hitting those Dragon Punches, and I like the Drogos pick. I think they stick with it, but I want to see him hit those Dragon Punches, really time it out a little bit better, pick off those big targets, because when he can do that and get out and not just give up his life, when he can get those targets and get out, that is huge for Revolution, and it allows skillganon and Unbelivable to relieve so much pressure and start doing what they do best, which is really holding that point, healing each other up with the crazy Grok Pip healing combo with Makoa and just really feeling more comfortable in this fight. So I'm excited to see that. And my pick is that I think Paradigm is in the driver's seat. It's going to be up to Respa to see if he can go ahead and change things up in Game 3. But stay tuned. We'll see what happens in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Game 3 coming up in 1-1 so far. Paradigm versus, what's their name, Box? I forgot.
Revolution!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final game in this bronze match in best of 3 set. And it's going to be Paradigm versus Revolution here, tied 1-1. My name is Rain Dade. Of course, I'm joined by Vox Tempest today. We're going to be casting this absolutely incredible set with dragon punches that have been just out of this world and incredible plays all around. Let's introduce the teams here. On the side of Revolution, on your right-hand side, we've got Respa on the Drogos, Unbelivable on the Pip, hendrikyoda on the Grok, knipo on the Cassie, and skillganon is going to be playing your Makoa for Revolution.
Of course, their foes are none other than Paradigm themselves, the PDG players playing for the crown. Kroad running Cassie, SYER on Grok, QualityVodka on Makoa, STURE on Drogos, Bozey cleaning things up. At the end, on Victor, looking for the victory this game. Initial point fighters breaking out around the cliff side of the map, up around the... That's a very interesting waterfall there, but either way, the hook goes straight through. Skillganon, no! Actually pull out QualityVodka. QualityVodka gets poked low, but no kill. Yes, there is a kill. QualityVodka, very low, gets taken out. Now Skillganon advancing onto SYER, straight down on Revolution. This is their map over Paradigm, and they take initial objective control.
What I love is the heads-up play by Unbelivable, just turning around and throwing that healing potion onto his teammates and just being so aware whenever his homie skillganon gets pulled, he's just, hey, I got a healing potion for you, bro. Just take that, stay alive for me because I need that shield later on in this point capture, and it is working out in their favor. The only thing now that's probably going to get them off this point is an incredible ultimate by someone on Paradigm, so stay tuned for that. No one is ready to charge it up, though.
Oh, STURE does manage to loop the loop around the edge, goes for the fire spin explosion, hits 2, behold the Dragon's Fury, though, is in the backside. Respa looks for a Dragon Punch, connects on the QualityVodka. That's huge. He's hitting the Dragon Punch, which he needs to. STURE, very low, Dragon Punch of his own, gets shut down mid-charge. There are 2 players contesting the objective so far here, but Bozey gets hooked, gets stunned, gets taken down. SYER left on the objective right now, as Grok healing in the healing totem. He is still alive. Kroad cleans things up, though. That's the retake at 96 points in favor of Revolution. The Revolution has been stomped out here, and Paradigm, they reign supreme for the time being. But there is plenty of retake potential, and it could go very bad for the crown very soon.
Now let's ride with STURE. He's got a Dragon Punch available. He's going to want to use this early on as they try to get on the point, and their position is predictable. So it's close. At 100%. Did he miss it? Oh, no.
He missed it. It ran out, and he ran face first into Skillganon. Skillganon left alive, but Kroad is on the backside looking to cause some pressure, but Skillganon goes onto the objective. Who has ultimates available? You know who does? It's Bozey with Barrage. Round on the top, though, Respa drops a salvo. That's not enough damage. QualityVodka still on the objective. 94 points back in favor of Paradigm. QualityVodka has to go down. Bozey has to go down. And here comes the Tempest. No, shut down. It's in overtime. It could go either way. STURE boxes out versus Cassie, but Kroad on the backside can keep the dream alive. Can knipo get the 1v1, the 1v2? No, they cannot. That will be Paradigm with the full-on retake, 99-99. This is going to be a very close game.
It is Kroad. It is Kroad all the way. They had a fantastic play there. Respa did what he needed to do. He hit his Dragon Punch, but it was Kroad on the backside who just took down all of the unsuspecting team members of Revolution. Pip went down several times. The Cassie went down herself, and Kroad is on an 8 streak. He's 5-0-3. This is the problem for Revolution. They've got to deal with him, Box, and they really need to deal with him quickly.
They've got to apply that cauterize to him. They can't let him stack off kill to heal. QualityVodka, though, changes the mix. Takes a lot of damage. Dome shield up and available. Here's a chicken coming through. It hits onto nobody as well, though. And that's a disaster right now for Revolution. As look how low Skillganon is. Forced into the ancient rage just to stay alive. Behold the Dragon's Fury. Dragon Punch coming through. Looking for somebody. Finds Kroad. That's the shutdown right there. That's how you do it. Around the cage. Round everywhere goes STURE. Gets poked out. Gets shut down by the fire split and chain lightning explosion that happens there. And this is the choke point that needs to be held if Revolution want a fighting chance at stopping the conversion from going through. 1 minute, 27 seconds left on the clock, Rain. How are Paradigm gonna break it this time?
The way they're going to break it is with a fantastic Dragon Punch. Now, they just used it, but he's got morale boost, and so that's going to be up very quickly. However, we know QualityVodka has an Ancient Rage, and it's going to get popped right here. He's going to go in deep. He's trying to find some answers, but the answers are not to be found. He goes back to base. He's tilled, and skillganon is going to get the kill on STURE as well, and on Kroad. He's got a double kill. That Makoa is unstoppable. He's unbelievable as well, as the Pip goes ahead and gets a kill onto Bozey, and there's still 55 seconds on the clock, so it's not over yet. The boys of Paradigm can stay grouped up and come at it with one more shot, but if they lose this time, it is going to definitely be a stronghold by the boys of Revolution.
Oh, it'll be the overtime clown fiesta conga line in the EU region, of course, famed for its knowledge. And here we go. QualityVodka aggressing. We do have a barrage coming through. We also appear to have a pause, if I'm not mistaken, right there. So let's go ahead and just take a step back from the action, as it appears we can hear a Makoa shell spin going on in the background whilst we wait for this little pause to go through, and whilst we wait for some stuff to happen. Let's go through and break down some burn cards, break down some builds in the meantime. Rain, we're talking about Kroad. Let's pull up Kroad's build on screen right now if we can, and take a look at this loadout. You know, break it down to me.
So there's a couple of things that I think are interesting and a couple of things pretty standard. So with the incitement build that's been very popular, obviously the ability to hit your shot after you dodge roll grants you this increased cooldown on your dodge roll, so you can be very mobile as a Cassie, doing a lot of damage and getting a lot of bonus damage. She's got Onslaught too, which is going to allow her for the 20% lifesteal. So when she hits that shot with that bonus damage, she's going to heal for 20% of that as well, which is going to be huge. Not only that, she's increasing her distance with lunge 2 by 40%, so it's going to roll farther away in case she needs to get behind corners or chase opponents who have gone behind corners themselves, and she's going to get, with intense trading, to 20% movement speed for a second and a half. Say that she can get to the corner but needs to run around it, she's going to have that extra movement speed. Now, kinetics too is where it gets interesting for me, Vox, because she's got blast shot disarming enemies for 0.4 seconds. So as she hits that blast shot, not only is she going to knock them up, there's going to be no way for them to fire back. So if Kroad is able to go ahead and hit a blast shot onto an unsuspecting enemy, even if they have the wherewithal to turn around and try to fire in a response, they're going to be disarmed, and they're going to have to take another shot from him. And that is why he's been so successful thus far in this game, and is just on a 6-2 and 3 tear, really demolishing the back line of Revolution.
Now, it's very unusual for us to see, as it appears the pause has ended, that one legendary 4 rare card combination coming out, but it seems to be working very well for Kroad, not investing too much into a single epic or a double epic combination, but so far we're stalling out on the backside. Nice fire spit explosion, great double tap damage, takes down Kroad. Behold the Dragon's Fury, Dragon Punch being used with only 17 seconds left, does take out QualityVodka, but is it used too early? There's not enough time to stack it up for the next fight, and you know what? I think we're going to know who has that available. STURE, 84% charge, 85% charge, will have the fire spit once again available for the next objective, as 3 seconds left on the clock. That timer will tick down, the defense will succeed, and 1-1 leads the scoreboard.
So you were worried if that was going to be too soon, considering he won't have it for this next point fight? Is that what you were talking about?
Respa only sitting at 25% ultimate charge, whereas STURE has Dragon Punch available. If STURE gets the advantage here, and Paradigm can capitalize and snowball off of that, they'll take capture point control early, and Paradigm, they're difficult to get off. Once they're on, they are difficult to dethrone.
I mean, but look at Respa. He's 7-2. He's 7-2 right now. We talked about how he needs to step it up. He must have heard us. I love his pickup of Kronos as well. It's going to give him more fire space. It's going to give him more thrust and his ability to really move. It's going to give him more salvos. Not that he's using that very often right now, but it's just giving him that more mobility and, again, more utility from the fire spit, and thus more damage. So I really like that pickup that he's brought. And then the Cauterize as well. Actually, the Wrecker, he's going to be able to burn down those shields from the Makoa on the enemy side. So this is really good. Watch out for Respa here to see if he can continue this 8 streak.
Well, watch out for the chicken onto QualityVodka, but no capitalization. SYER dives in deep. Ancient Rage used to counter all of that Tempest damage, as that did come out from SYER. The Paradigm player, great fire spin explosion. The damage is incredible right now. Kroad poked up to half health, but already the kills are going in Paradigm's favor. No pull right back in the mix. knipo able to stay alive for the time being. And on the backside, Respa takes a healing potion, is able to grab a little bit of return there. But 5 members of Paradigm, they still stand strong. And look at this. The respawns have already had to come through. A full rotation from Evolution. It's going to be difficult, and that's Grok down as well. They can't get back onto the point like this. They need a miracle kill right here to be able to do so.
They're going to have to look for it. There is an ultimate by the side of Grok, but again, he's down. So as long as the fire spits stay alive and stay coming, stay flowing like that waterfall on the other side of the map, they will have a chance. But now it doesn't look like it's going to work out for them. Paradigm secure this capture point, and actually hendrikyoda doesn't even contest. He stays on his map, on his mount, and says, you know what, we'll defend. It's fine. And are you okay with that decision?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no way we can get in. There's no sense in stacking any respawns anymore. Dragon Punch, though, coming in from Respa, looking for somebody in the backside, takes out Victor. Up into the air, though, being tracked out by Grok, could be in a lot of trouble. Barrage incoming. No, Barrage is down. Victor is dead. What am I talking about? Skillganon, though, pulled straight back into the mix. And here comes a Tempest from hendrikyoda, but the damage coming from the fire split is too much. hendrikyoda shuts down. No kills. Kroad at almost no HP. Somehow still survives. Kroad is the slipperiest player I have ever seen this tournament. He is just playing lights out phenomenal and gets so lucky with that damage.
Can we call him Toad? Because he's slippery? Toad? Yeah, because he's slippery.
Toads are typically not that slippery. They're more kind of dry. It's frogs that are slimy.
Oh wow, the fraud Toad the distinction. Wow, I didn't know you were such a so aware.
They're all amphibians.
Exactly, the amphibian world.
Dare I say we're all amphibians now, as we get pulled straight in. Skillganon on the defense, very low in the shield, is able to stay alive, but here comes a Tempest from the backside. No, SYER caught in the payload hitbox, gets taken out with a salvo to the face by Respa, making use of that ability, even post-nerfs, dropping a ton of burst damage onto a very vulnerable target, and a great stall coming out so far from the boys on the side of Revolution.
Yeah, just doing fantastic. And now I like to see the Victor taking it, but let's follow in on Respa here as he goes into the Dragon's Fury again, just so far. I mean, listen, I love the idea of it, and he's going to get a kill potentially on a Kroad. He does. It's worth it. But I just think he's underestimating or overestimating how far that Dragon Punch goes, and maybe he's just hoping for the best. It feels like he's kind of just a little bit off in terms of his expectation for where it goes, but it turns out to be okay with him because he's got that card that allows him to just increase his thrust. He's got the Chronos that's going to allow him to have that thrust available more. He's got that jump up into the air to make it difficult for the characters he does jump into to take advantage of him, and he gets the kill on the Kroad.
Oh, but it's already over. Skillganon got bopped off the edge of the map right there. Kroad getting credit for that kill. Dragon Punch from STURE comes through, but there's nobody left to kill as everybody is dead. That's a 5-man wipe in a matter of seconds. Grok pulled straight into the mix. hendrikyoda Ghost Walk to the payload to stall out. Healing Totem is down, but it's already too late. And look at this. Ancient Rage used by Skillganon just to stay alive, just to be tanky enough. Shut down from the backside as Kroad takes out knipo. Skillganon likely to fall here. The salvo damage comes through. Round on the backside. Respa with the suicide of the close range fire split explosion. It's too late. 3-1 lead right now for Paradigm as they get the successful conversion. Revolution, they're starting to flag.
Now, that was a big turn of events because Revolution kind of conceded that point. Although they didn't have a chance to really contest it. They conceded it and said, we're going to basically just sit, we're going to defend, and the defense didn't work out in their favor. And now it's 3-1. And so this is getting very dangerous for them. Obviously, this is the game that determines who wins this third place, who wins the bronze medal for this summer circuit this week on week 6. And so they're going to really have to come out strong and capture this point. We've seen them do it before. We've seen them have success. They need to have success now more than ever. Otherwise, this game could be over.
Now, one thing I do want to highlight right now, look at the burn card loadout in Paradigm. 5 cauterizers right there, not wanting to deal with any of the healing and really shutting that down for Pip. That is major. They're not going with the anti-shield card Wrecker, which they did previously. They're just going to shut down any and all healing coming out of Unbelievable on Pip and also hendrikyoda on Grok right now. You can see STURE going up a little bit dangerous right here. Could get chained by Skillganon. Great response with QualityVodka's shield, but around the backside, Unbelievable looking for the back box out. We do have round and round ring around the roses. STURE finds nobody with the Dragon Punch reposition, not quite good enough, but pulled straight into the mix. 1 kill going each way. Cassie down, Grok down. Let's make this interesting though. QualityVodka has been chicken, but nobody's finding damage onto him. Dragon Punch goes through. It's confirmed. Nice job from Respa right there. That'll be good enough to seal the deal for the time being. As look at that. SYER pulled straight back into the mix. This Grok has to die right here to capitalize on that early engagement. If they're left alive, it'll be decimation from behind as Drogos has returned to the fray once again.
Yes, and what a good Dragon Punch. They get out QualityVodka, but it didn't matter much to them, and now Respa goes down. I mean, they just didn't. They zoned very well, but they never really attacked the point until now, but they don't have Respa's support from the air, and this could be trouble, especially since STURE is in the backline, and he's about to start making his way over to contest Unbelievable and hendrikyoda, who do not see him yet. He's on the air. He's got a fire spit. He knocks him off the point for just a moment, but he's now a target of everyone on the side of Revolution. And all the disengage does come out, but he's got the boosters available, and he just floats up into the air. Otherwise, that would have been a dead character for many of them.
That would have been, yeah, including Androxus. You got to remember, if you use your 2 dashes Androxus, you can hover in the air. That only prolongs your doom. Now on the backside, Bozey getting pressured out, actually pressuring out knipo and Cassie instead. Turns tail. Kroad diving in deep. One versus everybody right here, but no, backed up by Bozey. Gets the kill. The retake coming through. Paradigm going back in, but they've got the numbers. Disadvantage. Kroad, the last one left alive, being boxed out by Unbelivable. Just being kept busy for the time being. As the last player falls, Kroad with the kill. It's 1 versus 3. He's 1v4'd. He's looking for the damage onto knipo. He can't find it. Kroad gonna get poked out the area, and even though he's still alive, finally being taken out by Salvo, he cannot get the 1v3 retake. That is the first capture of this game going to Revolution, and they look to really bring themselves back into it with the equalization conversion.
It was do or die, and it actually was a fantastic performance by everyone on the side of Revolution. We saw Respa hit some really big dragon punches on the QualityVodka. He hit the big health targets. He got them out of the fight long enough so his team could retain point control, and we just see how important that is for his squad. If Respa is playing up to his momentum, but now it looks like the momentum could be going and shifting. Respa does not get it. Oh, he does get a kill. He gets a kill on the QualityVodka again. Fantastic play.
Down. Absolutely. Even though he got traded, it doesn't matter. The rest of the team, they have a Makoa shield available. Barrage comes through. Barrage hits nobody right now. SYER still contesting the objective, but right in the back, skillganon takes out Victor with that Ancient Rage. Dives back in, looking furious right now. That is an angry turtle. Ancient Rage in response, though, from QualityVodka. They are mad. Tempest used for all of that damage onto them, but hendrikyoda just unable to box out Ghostwalk. Not quite good enough. Nice kill from Kroad. Now Unbelivable as Pip, weightlessing around, tries to stay alive, jumps back to the team for the heal with a healing potion. Good play so far, and Respa on the top side just firing out rockets into choke points, locking off the angle. They don't have much of an AoE anymore, but if they do hit, that's a lot of damage, Rain.
Absolutely. And now, the push is relatively decent. For a minute in, they're almost at the bridge. That's a pretty decent push by the side of Revolution. So they just need to focus not so much on killing these targets, but I think having at least one dedicated pusher while these targets are being basically distracted on the upper hand ledge. But you see skillganon instead going for a huge flank here. But STURE is in the air. Is he going to hit skillganon? Oh, he misses skillganon. This is huge. Oh, no, he finally finds him there. The shell spin, I think, actually took him into a line of sight that STURE was able to take him out. But at a moment, he looked like he missed him, and that would have been huge if they could have kept the turtle alive. But now no one's there to push, and only 30 seconds left. This is going to be a tough task, and it could be another point for Paradigm if they hold here.
You know what, with the casters being, I think we've got one of us in a first-person cam, one of us, myself, in a free cam. That was actually STURE pulling the very tight 360 right there for the complete reposition with Dragon Punch. I don't want to say it, but I mean, if you're watching that on stream, that's going to make anybody dizzy. Bozey does take out Dragon in the air right there. No more druggers for you. And Respa falls. hendrikyoda, skillganon, the last one's able to contest. Skillganon and hendrikyoda both evaporated at about the same time as a successful defense. That puts Paradigm at set point for the 3rd place today. One more capture objective could clean things up for the entire series. Who's going to take it, Rain?
Well, I mean, honestly, this is what we saw almost in this last at the Glacier Keep. What we saw, not Glacier Keep, excuse me, the first point here at Isle. We saw Revolution kind of be at this disadvantage in terms of point captures. They didn't have the momentum, and then they win this next point, and then they converted it for the payload push, and they got 2 points in a round. If they do that here, they're not going to win. They're going to tie it up, but that could be just as important for these people. Although if they get the capture point, that's all that matters, because obviously a defense does not count as a win. So Paradigm, even though they will be able to defend successfully, if they don't get the capture, they will not get the win, and it will go to another round. So it's very important here. Everything is on the line for Revolution to come out and get this, and they have to deal with Kroad. If they don't deal with Kroad, it is over.
Well, you know who's going in? It's Respa. Oh my goodness, the loop doesn't actually connect. QualityVodka pulls him straight back in. Shot out of the sky by Bozey. Things not looking good to start off with, but Bozey getting pressured out by skillganon. One more shot is good enough. No, the shell shield will keep him alive for the time being. You gotta back off right now. You've lost your Drogers. You've lost your Dragon Punch. Skillganon in so much trouble as Kroad dives in deep to the backline looking for the
double
damage.
Kill.
Chicken not good enough right there. Kroad with the double kill. Kroad going for the triple kill. The outbox with Cassie is supreme. He stays alive. They get the triple kill. Or was that a QualityVodka? It doesn't matter. The players on Revolution are dropping like flies right now, dropping straight out the air. Will be Respa right now as STURE cleans them up as well. And Paradigm, they take the initial capture point objective and the control. 40 points and climbing so far. Revolution, this is do or die. Succeed or get shut out and shut down. They did the impossible in the first game. They have to do it again here. They don't have the ultimate combinations though, as SYER still has Tempest. QualityVodka with Ancient Rage. Bozey with Barrage. They're ready and waiting. A look at Kroad's flank. Once again, coming around from behind. Spotted out by Respa in the air. The barrage damage, actually being ghost walked out right now. But look at the headshot damage. Here comes the Tempest. It's a shutdown onto Revolution. No Revolution for you. It will be quashed as skillganon's Ancient Rage is not enough. There's too much damage on the side of Paradigm, and they will succeed. That is it, folks. That is over. There is no retake potential from that, and Paradigm are your third place victory winners for this week of the Paladin Summer Circuit in a dominating third game style.
Can't say it wasn't well earned. You can't say it wasn't hard fought. Paradigm go all the way around and take the hard route, but they end up coming home with that gold medal. They get the bronze, and in fact, it's actually a gold medal for the bronze medal, which is a little bit odd. But they get the victory. They take it 2-1 against Revolution, and though Paradigm played an absolutely great capture point, it was very tight in this entire set. So shout outs to both of these squads, especially Revolution, who's a team that we saw come in, and this is rare to come in as a new squad, bring in a bunch of old talent like skillganon and Unbelivable, who went 30-11 on the pip, 24-15 onto the Makoa, and just showing that they can come in and make an impact in this competitive scene. And I really love seeing their play, and we wish for them to come back next week. For me, Vox, it's been a huge honor casting these guys and just seeing some new talent, some new faces out here showing what they can do.
I'm very excited. Well, it's not new talent and new faces, of course. Revolution being made up of pretty much a veteran roster here of early on competitive players now back in the scene. And you know what? They took the first set, which we watched today. They did go on and advance and then into the bronze match. And they put up a great fight against Paradigm, the very firmly cemented third place team, third place seed in the European region so far, and actually put them on their toes, drawing things out to a full 3 games, which we rarely see in the bronze match. So I am so excited to see this team come back in next week, in week 7 of the Paladin Summer Circuit. You know, I'm going to be at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany that week. I'm not going to be commentating next weekend, but I will tune in. I'll do my very best to tune in. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Rain will be here. Pretty hair will be here, and I'm going to be watching on Twitch.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be great next week. And, of course, we still got the finals with Pretty Hair and Vox coming up in just a moment. But we do want to say Revolution, you know, it is done, right? Obviously, we're at week 7. This week is done. There's only a few more weeks left, but come back next week as all members of this community and as all casters and people supporting Paladins. We want as many people playing every week as possible, not just because it means you have a chance to win or get yourself at the top of the seeding or charts, just because it encourages the competitive scene to grow. It gets people creating teams, practicing with their teams, encouraging other players to become invested in the game, and giving more variety for people viewing on Twitch to have a more enjoyable experience and share that with their friends. This is what it's all about. This is how you build a team and a community. It's all about encouraging everyone to come back out and be a part of this as much as possible. So Revolution, we hope to see you next week, and good luck and congratulations to Paradigm, again, the newly sponsored team by Paradigm, for taking the bronze match. Again, that's 2 weeks in a row. Coming up after this, you guys are going to have some more Vox, Tempest, my lovely English Crumpet, and of course, Hi-Rez Pretty Hair, although he's subbing in for Hi-Rez Pretty Chair, the best announcer in A. Hi-Rez Pretty Hair is going to take it over, and with Vox, they're going to give you the finals, D69 versus Torpedo, coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see you soon.